Let's Talk Books, the official podcast of BookExpo America, BEA. On this episode, we visit with Veronda Pitchford, Director of Membership Development and Resource Sharing for Rails, reaching across Illinois' library system. So Veronda, tell me about Rails, what you do, and a little bit about the organization.
Rails, the Reaching Across Illinois Library System, is a regional library system through the Office of the Secretary of State in Illinois. Little known fact, in Illinois, the Secretary of State who is responsible for Department of Motor Vehicles is also responsible for libraries. With that being said, we have about 1,300 members across northern and western Illinois. Special libraries, academic libraries, school libraries, and of course, public libraries. And that special library community ranges from the Art Institute of Chicago to Deloitte and Touche to MacArthur Foundation. All of those are special libraries. So basically, those are the types of members we have.
And what exactly do you do?
Well, my key job as a director of membership and resource sharing is to ensure libraries are leveraging resources to make the most of their tax dollars. I run a statewide ebook platform called eRead Illinois so that we centralize purchasing and are able to negotiate better deals on their behalf. Basically, I help libraries rock so that they can be rock stars in their community, whatever that community looks like. That's my key job, frankly.
And how do you keep up, on all of these happenings within the library systems in terms of not only just the structured basic stuff, what about like the technological stuff?
I try to be out there as much as possible. What that requires is not just looking at what libraries are doing, but looking at what's next in technology, what's next in demographics, what's next in urban planning. So I try to read widely across literature, and I like to try out new technologies to see how they could be leveraged in libraries. One of the things I'm especially interested in, groups I try to work with, are groups that do trend spotting, because a lot of times understanding what's next is how we could translate it to services for libraries. I firmly believe that it's the library's role, regardless of the setting, to be on top of what people need and what people read. So my job is kind of to be their research and development and bring those things back to them so they can find a way to translate it and implement it as services in their communities.
In terms of relevancy with libraries, you have a very interesting perspective because you're working with many of them inside and out. And I wanted to know, in this day and age of fragmented information and information at our fingertips, do you see the role of the library actually increasing or decreasing?
I see the role of library increasing, though when I say it's increasing, I also would say it's changing. It's evolving quite a bit. Historically, the library's brand has been books and books only. And now we're a place where people can do tinkering with maker spaces. We're a place where English language learners can come and practice their skills. We're a place of workforce development where we work with people to get the skills to have better jobs and, do better things for their families. So our role is changing to support the community, just like communities are changing.
What couple of areas are really exciting you in terms of your role?
I guess the biggest thing would be connection. That's who we are. And so connecting people to new books, connecting people to new authors, and connecting people to each other. A library tends to be the most trusted resource in whatever setting it's in. So the opportunity for people to come together and kind of connect outside of their everyday lives, a library provides that. And it's a trusted, safe space to do that.
Do you think that libraries are redefining community, given that they have such a base in traditional community? How do you see the electronic community meshing with the traditional community within the library?
I don't think libraries are redefining community. I think they may contribute to it because I think as society changes, libraries have an opportunity to reflect those changes. I think we're a great convener of those communities. I think we have an opportunity, just as the private sector does, they interact with corporations either completely online or in person or a blend of both. And we're doing that as well. I find a lot of times, as do a lot of my members, that most people need and want a blend of both.
Veronda, you're trapped on a deserted island.
Okay, oh my God. Go ahead.
You can only take one book with you.
Oh.
So what book is it going to be and why?
I think the book I would take would be, my one book would be Their Eyes Are Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. It just moved me in so many ways, and I could see, and it's so layered in my opinion, and I connect to the author so much that I would read it over and over again.
Complete the sentence. I read because...
Oh, that's a great question. I read because I want to connect with people outside of my experience. I read because I want to laugh and cry. I read because I want to escape. I read because I want to dip into another world.
Let's Talk Books is a production of BookExpo America, BEA, the leading book and author event for the North American publishing industry. Join us in Chicago for BEA 2016, May 11th through 13th at McCormick Place. For more information on this episode in BEA, visit bookexpoamerica.com.